Turn me up, turn me up, turn me up. It's your boy Ref, aka Mr. Indeed.
And you already know it's your boy Antoine, aka Mr. Parker. And like normal, we're here for a good time, not a long time, and we promise to always keep it.
Real, raw, and relevant. Welcome to today's episode of the Rated R Podcast.
Yeah. Man, I'm glad to be back. Before we get into anything, we're gonna make sure. Hey, thank you for the ones that reached out to ask where we been or what's going on. We appreciate y'all for chiming in to let us know we are missed. Outside of that, we are making a promise to y'all verbally and vocally, letting you know that we are going to do better. We fixed some scheduling and we made sure to put y'all up on the priority list. So here we are.
By fixing the schedule, he meant I'm not working 6 days a week no more. So we got time today.
Shout out to the wife for making that happen for him. Go ahead.
And also, we went on the Rated R family trip. And so went on the cruise. It was very dope. I got to spend time with my dog. He wanted to shake my hand every day. Ash is my guy. You know what I'm saying? The kids played dominoes. You know, speaking of the one game of dominoes we played, but you know, don't worry about it. It ain't really important for the people to know. But what you got for me today, my guy?
Well, now that we're dismissing the fact that we didn't play dominoes, that was a figment of your imagination. I don't remember that. You know, my memory pretty bad.
Yeah, it is.
But nah, man, shout out to the fact that to all the fathers with Father's Day coming up, especially the great fathers and the ones who are trying to be great. Shout out to y'all. Might as well go and say shout out to the moms that thank their fathers. Unfortunately, you were put in that position to be something you're not. So speaking of something you're not, hey D, we're gonna jump straight into it. Go on, drop the video.
What would happen to the way men use their bodies if they were hugged by their dads more? What difference would it have made if you experienced healthy, pure, safe male affection?
Man, I would have been a different type of emotional being. Male affection is so important. I think it's binding to always be worried about, do I look manly or not? How can you truly walk in love if you're consistently worried about if you look like a man?
That sounds stressful.
Manhood is a calling. One of the biggest issues I have with society is when people say, be a man. You're not being like a man. No, God made him a man. Now you can help him to be more of a man, but don't tell him that he's not something that God created him to be. And I think a lot of times men are just afraid to walk in who they are. And this is the reason why our relationships are jacked up, because society puts so much pressure on us to look like, no, I can't not be a man. That's who God, I'm actually a man. But I can't actually be a man because I'm so consumed of not looking like one. And I think that God wants us to be free, because when we are free with our wives, with our children, everything is just better.
All right, my boy. So hearing the man speak of it, how do you feel about that, man?
So before we get into it, Red, I just want to say, fathers, I need y'all to understand how important we are in daily life and being a parent. Like, I really need us as men to understand that we are very valuable to a child's upbringing. And I think that it's very important that if you are not currently in your child's life, you may want to consider. There's a lot of emotional things that happen when a child doesn't have both parents. I'm a living witness of that, right? And so I need all the fathers especially to understand it's okay that you haven't been there. Like, the time is now. Kids need you now more than ever. Um, and you ain't seen the movie yet, but we can take the movie, um, you know, Straw, for instance. Like, I don't think we give, even though this Father's Day, I really don't think we give women enough credit for the things that they do. And so I think that oftentimes what happened, and you mentioned it about women who feel like they the fathers, the harsh reality is they're put in a situation where they have to be both parents. And I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's right. Like, I grew up without my dad, and everybody who know me know the situation with Amar. And so, like, being able to, for him to be here for his birthday, that just passed, happy birthday, son. Being able to be here with us for his birthday and us get to do things with him and stuff like that, it was very, very good for his mental health as well. And so, well,
12 seconds later.
I think it's very important, bro. And so this is my message to the fathers. You are needed. Don't allow the disconnect between you and your child's mother to be a factor of you being in your child's life. But Red, just, let's talk about it a little bit. You can go ahead. I felt the need to have to just get that out.
So remember that last statement you just made. We'll come back to that. So when it comes to the videos, I think the main thing that stood out to me, and I'm sure to a lot of people, is the fact of him saying, "You can't tell me what I was not created to be." And what he mean by that is, there's no way you can tell me. It's no one. Matter of fact, the question to the world is who defines what a man really is. So is it how you want that man to be, and the fact that he's not being everything that you desire or what you pictured a man to be, or is he really lacking in the necessities of a man? And that's the real question. What does it really stand for to be a man? And we're not talking strictly bills and things like that. Like that's the man of the house. Those are duties, and I respect that. But what do you define of being a man really is? And why is it questioned when it doesn't, I guess, fit your reasoning? So I like the way you put that up, but it was really talking about the affection part. And do I feel that if my father wasn't there, but my stepfather stepped in and was great to my mother? I didn't really have a relationship with him at that time, but the fact that she was happy was enough for me. But it goes back to affection and things, and I can honestly say, I think if my father would have made it more comfortable to be open with him, whether it's come through emotions or anything like that, it's always the world puts it on you that a man's not supposed to cry or a man's supposed to do things this way or that way, as if everybody in the world has been a man before. My point behind it is y'all can't tell no man how to be a man just because they're not doing it the way you're doing it. So I do agree that if my father hugged me a little more, it would be easier to hug my son, which I do a great job. It'll be a little easier, and it won't be a point to where when he turns this age, now I gotta stop being that type of father to him because I'm worried about how he's going to see that and the society and all that. Like, if we made it more comfortable throughout your child's whole life, then I promise you it would be easier the older they get. I agree with that statement.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you what's crazy, right? And so being able to see, like, I see you and Asher's relationship from a distance, right? But being able to see Asher's relationship with everybody, like, in the present, like, it was so unique for me because, like, I know that Asher is, like, very affectionate, and so I get the whole affectionate aspect of it because it was a struggle with me and my girls, like, to be, like, in the present, like, to be affectionate. And so, like, it was funny, Like Asher was like, "Hey, I want to go down there and sit in ref lap," and I'm like, "Bro, first of all, you don't even know if I like people sitting in my lap," but he don't care. And so like that was like that's what was so great about the whole interaction and like seeing how you and sis kind of deal with him with his affection ways, and like it was so crazy, bro. But yeah, I feel
Yeah, I like that, and I think it sucks that we're in the world to where everything has to be defined in the world. Like, if we do something, we got to tell the world. If we don't like something, we got to tell the world. But we're really looking for validation. We're looking for who's going to agree with us, and blah blah blah. Like, I shouldn't have to fear sitting on the couch and my son laid up on me or my daughter's laid up on me without you sexualizing it or trying to find out why is my hand on her back or why am I rubbing her hair or for my son, why am I teaching him this or why am I allowing, it's just it just sucks that we live in that type of world and we was brought up. So it's very hard for us at our age to get away from it and try to change because now we're questioning the same things. Like,
hmm
man, if I do that with my son, he might be a little, you
yeah.
know, it sucks, man, because that's what it is. Like, but I don't want to teach him to be hard. I don't. I will forever tell my son, speak up, son. If you don't like something or you're not okay with it, tell him how you feel. I don't want to hear no real men. Real men, nothing. Nobody can tell you what a real man is. You be the best man you can be. That's my advice to all young men out there. Be the best man you can be.
And that boy Asher, oh, he gonna tell you how he feel all the time. Asher is the definition of real, raw, and relevant.
Oh
Uh,
yeah,
but yeah, and also it was kind of dope to see y'all interaction with Trail too, because he really like don't talk a lot. Like he always locked up in his room, and so for him to kind of seek y'all out when because he's 16, we let him go. Hey man, we'll see you later on. Do what you gotta do. And so like to see him have them conversations, like the conversation where he came and told us that he almost drowned and I almost drowned the old man beside him. Like
yeah.
that crazy work, bro. Um, but he was in his fight or flight. Like nothing told him to stand up. Like he wasn't gonna drown. He was just automatically in fight or flight. Like I need help. And so, all that was dope as far as the family vacation. But back to the thing, Red, you said something, and it's one of the things that I struggle with because, like, for a long time, bro, like I didn't cry. Like, and I went from being a hypersensitive uh child to like not crying at all. Like I would have to make myself cry. Like I would have to literally like just sit there and focus on crying in order to cry. And it wasn't until like I experienced losing my grandma that I really let emotions back in my life. Because up until that point, I was either happy or angry. It was only one of the two. And so I had to learn to be more open to my emotions. Like I had to be okay with feeling sad. I had to be okay with feeling disappointment. And I think that that's the one thing that we don't teach our young men because we teach our daughters. Our daughters are brought up to be nurturers. We give them a baby doll. They come up with baby doll names. They rocking their babies. They sleeping with their babies. They doing all this. But our little boys, we teaching them, oh, well, I want that gun out the store. Bang, bang, bang. Like I want to fight. I want a sword. I want to be a Power Ranger. Like we teaching our young men to be what they're growing up to be in the streets. And then we're blaming them for how they're acting rather than blaming ourselves because we raised them.
I like that. I like that. And we're gonna jump on there because I think the key point in all that is make sure you raise your kids. Like I don't think you people understand what that means. You raise your kids. Stop letting the world, stop letting internet and things raise your kids. And speaking of internet, we're gonna drop a clip or two so you understand where we're going with this next one.
I had to learn, and I mean this with love, but I mean this very bluntly, not to take advice from people giving it from inside their comfort zone. If some person on the internet has never done this, I simply cannot take their critique seriously. And I know some people hear that and they think that's a really, perhaps, snobby way of looking at things, but not really. No, practically speaking, you cannot take advice from people who are doing it from inside their comfort zone because they actually don't know what they're talking about.
Let's not do this. If we're going to accept all this nudity on social media and every song is promoting either sex or violence, don't play dumb or blind when these kids or these teenagers mimic your life and then their life spirals. Don't say they were young or didn't know what they were doing when everything around them is clearly promoting it. Let's be honest, taking the phones or putting the kids to bed early ain't going to work. And majority not even censoring their kids from the ignorance. So stop giving them a pass when they indulge or act like you didn't know they were exposed when the main source of exposure was you.
Trapped in this, what that means is that if we decide to escape, we can escape together. So I propose in the book, there's a lot of suggestions, but 4 norms that will break these collective action traps. First, no smartphone before high school. Just clear this out of the lives of elementary and middle school kids. Send them out, give them a flip phone, a dumb phone, a phone watch so you can text them, but don't give them the entire internet, including strangers all over the world who are trying to get at them sexually. Like, this is just craziness. So no smartphone till high school. The second is no social media till 16. You know, the things that are sent around on social media, the things they're exposed to, like I just recently learned about the video Cat in a Blender, which was popular a while ago. It is exactly what it sounds like.
All right, okay. So, as y'all see, you got mixed feelings about the videos and everything, and I feel like it's kind of contradicting that we're saying it, but I feel like we're speaking the truth too and real, because I do feel that we're pushing our opinion on people as well, because we're giving how we feel about things. But at the same time, I want people to understand that there are people that get paid and go to school for these type things. And my point behind that is the internet ain't the one that's getting paid for it. These are people, and the way they was raised and the people that have taught them now are giving you their opinion on it. And one thing I notice, I talk to my wife about it all the time. We talk about when we're being to things, when we're upset with each other or one another. As soon as we get on the internet, what do we find? Somebody agreeing or saying how I should feel about a situation, and we jump on it. They tell us all the time. Shout out to our producer. My man. They tell us all the time, do not feed into that. He stand by that, and I see why. Because it's so easy to feed off of. I'm not gonna call it negativity, because you could be right in that moment, but it's so easy to feed off when you hear from somewhere else. And 9 times out of 10, you're not hearing it from a professional. You're hearing it from an average Joe Blow like ourselves that are saying how we feel. And all you need, what they say, 1 or 2 and come to an agreement is right. That's in your mind. That's what you think. As soon as you hear from someone else, oh, it's right, and that's how I should feel. So now I'm gonna push it on you. So I love that we're talking about this, because the topic is: are we over? I done lost it just that fast.
It's your memory, bro.
Hey, blame my mama. How about that? What happened?
Are we over diagnosing ourselves?
Thank you, brother. I don't know where my mind went. Are we over diagnosing ourselves? And I'm gonna let you speak on it. Go ahead.
I think it's funny because I'm the king of sending videos, especially to D. Sometimes I want to do it just to see how he gonna react, but sometimes it's me in the moment of how I'm feeling. And so, like you said, he is I don't want to call him an accountability king, but he really believe in what you put in is what you get out. So if you put that time and energy into what it is, that's what you get out. And it's crazy, bro, because this is how I know the internet is a crazy place. As soon as you start watching them type of videos, those are the only videos that pop up for you. No other videos pop up. I put it to the test last week because I'm getting better at bowling. So I'm looking at bowling videos, I'm looking at bowling tutorials, and only thing on my feed, bro, nothing but bowling. There was no negativity, there was no nothing. It was only bowling. That is it. So I know for a fact that whatever you looking at the internet, oh, it's gonna feed it to you because
Yes.
it's what you are telling the internet you want to see more of. But here's my question to you, Red. And I asked my team this the other day. So I say, hey guys, who in here is a leader? And everybody was kind of shaking at first because they was really trying to see where I was going because I have my quota of the days and stuff at work. Now I'm like, nah, for real. Like even outside of work, who is a leader? Everybody like, yeah, I'm a leader. I said, so help me understand why it's so easy for you to follow people when you know they're doing wrong. And everybody looked at me kind of like, what you mean? Bruh, the internet, I promise you, this is why people say the internet undefeated. Because you can literally take anything you see on the internet and make people believe it. And it ain't got to be true. Like you said, about the quote that I use all the time now, thanks to you, about the fiction writer. Bruh, people can fiction write about you all the time, and other people can believe it's true only because somebody write it. And if I share it and you share it and somebody else share it, all of a sudden, oh, it got to be true because all these people sharing it, as if people don't tell lies.
Yep. 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 It's what I got for that. Yep. Hey, but you said a lot, and you definitely said a mouthful, and I wanted to bring it back to like the videos we were just watching. But one of the things that stood out to me was when they said I was reading into it, doing some research or whatever, and it was giving us some risk of misusing information. And one of the things was weaponizing language to avoid accountability or connection. We already know that one jumped out. When someone has been hurt, whether it's in a relationship or in life, taking their advice, because now they're speaking from a hurt spot in their life. They're not speaking just truth. They're putting themselves in a position, and now because you are hurt too, you agreeing with them. That was another one. It was one more that I really wanted to talk about. Well, I wanted to pull out.
While you looking for it, Red, I'm gonna tell you what's interesting about what you just said. And I was doing a little research too, and what you said just then stuck out to me. And I'm gonna tell you why. We don't realize when we doing that on the internet and we looking at stuff and it's popping up and we agreeing, we don't realize that we trauma bonding with people. Because now you understand where I'm coming from. I understand where you coming from. But how if it's two different situations? You don't know the whole situation. You just know the situation that presents itself. There is no context behind it. There is no substance behind it. It's just, hey, bam, this what it is. And all of a sudden we like, man, you know what? I feel like that too. But that situation ain't my situation. But what we do, Red, we sit up and we make it okay because it fits us. We justify it. We say, well, it's cool because that's how I feel too.
That's right.
It ain't cool. That ain't even your situation. But yeah, bro, go ahead with what you were saying. I just know
Right.
that.
No, it was just little points because I was just reading another one, and one of them was said that when you use the word boundary, they said I'm setting a boundary. It's normally used when someone ghosts a friend. So basically, what they're saying is you didn't take time to try to discuss how you feel or how it made you feel or what we can do to fix it. You start using the word boundary because the world has put that word out there. And now I'm setting boundaries, and you think you're a big girl now or a big boy because you've set boundaries instead of facing the truth or facing the fact that it really could have been your fault. But if I throw them boundaries out there and cut you off, now it's just one side of the story, which is my side. So I just bring it all back together. Stop letting the internet and even us, because we're not forcing anything on you. But if you feel that way, even us, but stop allowing the internet to control how you feel, and actually seek help. And when you seek help, you'll understand that where your feelings really come from. You'll get to find out them inner problems, and then you might can go help someone. I know we talked about therapy a few episodes ago, and this would be a good one to bring back up on the next one. How important therapy is, and understand the internet is not your therapy. Podcast is not your therapy. Uh, Songs that you like to play that make you feel a certain way, it's not your therapy. It's not just though it helps in the moment, but you're forcing. Matter of fact, I give you a perfect example, and I'll leave it there. I always battle with the question. This could be to the world. The question of how do you know when God is speaking and when you are hearing what you want to hear? Point is, people be like, God told me. Did God really tell you that? Or did you tell yourself that and it sounded good? Or when you're going through things and you start to say, well, God spoke to me. Or did you really hear God? Or did you hear what you wanted to hear? And you said, that gotta be God right there. No.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I battle, that's a personal battle right now. Just to give it as a real wrong relevant, that's a personal battle. I'm focused on trying to find that voice and to know the difference in that voice and my conscience, or to figure out if that could be the same thing. If I'm guided by the right person, maybe my conscience is guided by God as well. So they all get in line, but that's neither here nor there. That's something when I figure it out, I would try my best to explain it. But till then, stop letting the internet run your world. What you
Hey,
got, Mo?
bro, and I appreciate that from you, because the people who know you don't necessarily speak on your behalf very often. Well, unless you angry, because when you angry, then you speak on your behalf. You one of those people who talk to yourself in third person when you angry. But again, man, shout out to you for that, for being open with talking about that. To get back to what we were saying, Red, it amazes me how people run to the internet as if you can run to the internet, say what you got to say, and leave unscathed. Right? Me and you have a friend, and we all know when he was working, and that's the reason he got off the internet, because he was working at a place and they made him mad. He came to the internet, went absolutely bananas on the internet, and then somebody screenshot it, took it to work, showed it to the people at work, and all of a sudden it's police officers at the job waiting on him when he get there. Like, we have to make sure that what we saying on the internet is something that you won't mind looking at or reading later. Because oftentimes, like my mom used to tell me, trouble is easy to get into and hard as hell to get out of. And it's like that because people appreciate negativity more than they appreciate positivity. So the negative things is what's gonna catch people eye. The positive thing, oh, look at it. That was so nice. Next. That's how they do it. The negative, oh, look at that. Let me share that to see if
Yeah,
everybody's seeing it. Like, hey, everybody, how y'all feel about this?
yeah, and gotta put my opinion out there so I can figure out do people agree with me too. But go ahead.
Absolutely. And that's what I'm saying. And so, like, that's essentially what the world has become. And what's crazy about the internet, Red, is we only justify when it fit us. When it don't fit us, oh, they should have never put that on the internet. I can't believe they did that. But when it fit us, yeah, I feel you 100%. I feel the same way you feel. No, you don't, because you don't even really know how they feel for real. You can't tell me you can look at something with no context and tell me exactly how somebody feels. No, I'm not believing you. Sorry.
Yeah, I like that. And wrapping this up, I want to say, I'm gonna give you an example. Though I could be fully wrong, I've only listened to 5 songs. I've only listened to 5 songs, but I'm gonna tell you how powerful the internet is. Before I even listened to one song off Carter Six, before I even listened to one song, I saw everybody comments on the internet, and something just deep down inside of me says, if one of these high value profile people would have said Wayne is still Wayne, the world would be talking totally different. But because the first few people who people listened to said it was garbage, your mind was made up before you even started listening to it. And I'm a perfect example. My mind was made up. I was telling my wife, "Oh, that album garbage. I ain't heard a song yet. Oh, that album garbage. Oh man, nah, I ain't in no hurry to listen to that. Why? Because people have already told me it was garbage. Man, I heard the first 5 songs. They lie. I'ma just say off the first 5 songs. Hey, don't crucify me yet, because I ain't listened to the rest. But off the first 5 songs, I don't know what y'all expect Wayne to be doing or saying, but he alright with me with them first 5 now. I'm gonna listen to the rest later, but the first 5 he alright with me.
Hey, bro. First of all, let me tell you something. Lil Wayne is Lil Wayne. I don't care what nobody say. To me, my opinion, in my era of listening to music, Lil Wayne is number one. I don't care what nobody say. They can argue with your mama, but don't argue with me. Even and granted, one of my favorite artists who I don't know what the world happened to him since college dropout and all that, but Kanye used to be one of them people for me too. But then his outside of music stuff, and then he started making music that I just wasn't a fan of. But Wayne, come on, bro. Doing the buck in the latest truck. I got stopped by a lady cop. She had me thinking I can date a cop. Cause her uniform pants was too tight. She
Yeah,
read
she read his rights. Yeah, we know.
the
Yeah,
car. She cut off her lot. Man, okay.
yeah. She
Wayne
said you
still.
have the right to remain silent. Yeah, we know, cuz.
Yeah. Now I got a holler. Sounded like a siren.
Yeah, turn it off, D. Turn it off. Turn it off, D.
Man, okay.
But no, man, I'm glad we able to do this again. We're going to reiterate. We're going to get back into it again. We're thankful for the ones that continue to rock with us and the newcomers that eventually will come. We are going to give this a full, and when I say full, I mean full effort in this next month or two and see where this can go. So, any advice, any comments, the love, the dislike, the hate, whatever you want to put, just share it with us so we can grow from this. Uh, like we always say, we're not here to go to be worldwide. If it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. But if the ones that do listen hear something that could change their life, then we did our part. And all we're doing is just being real, raw, and relevant about how we feel. Just like I said, contradicting to what we say. So without doing your own research or seeking real help, don't say Red or Ralph said no, because we can't help you in your house. We can't help you. But again, for real though, shout out to everyone in the love, and I just want to make sure, as a team, we say appreciate you.
Hey, we absolutely appreciate each and every one of y'all for listening. And I've had people to come up to me and talk to me about it. And we really got some special guests coming up too, guys. Some people you've seen, some people you haven't seen. And so we very excited about it. Red, before we get out of here, I thought about it. And this is what I want to know from you. You go on a date for the first time, you and a young lady. First time ever going on a date. You take her to a nice restaurant. You say, order whatever you want. What are you really saying?
What am I saying, or what was he, or what was this person saying? Oh,
Nah. What it? Yeah.
So I'm gonna be realistic. If it's me and I'm saying order whatever you want, I'm speaking on yes, yes, baby, enjoy yourself, order whatever you want, but let's not get carried away. As in, order things that you are normally going to order. Don't take advantage of any situation because I wouldn't take advantage of you. So that's just my take.
I think that when people tell you to order whatever you want, they're telling you to order whatever you can buy yourself.
That's it. Yeah, be realistic.
Like, don't go in the restaurant and all of a sudden you want to order a $700 center cut filet mignon with gravy on it. Like, let's not do that.
I'm glad you said that. And make sure we going to hit for the women that's going to say, well, you shouldn't have said it. You're right. You're right. We shouldn't have said it. We didn't mean it that way. But tell me how many dates you're going to go on where I can come in and say, you got a limit now. This is your limit. Don't go over it. You ain't going to want to go on the date. Let's be realistic in the situation now. But go ahead.
I think that it's because you said a word that people misuse. I think people should set boundaries at the beginning rather than setting boundaries when they're uncomfortable. Because if you set boundaries at the beginning, I think that you will see people coming back to the boundaries that you set. Like, oh, you right, you did say this, or you right, you did say that, rather than saying, well, I ain't never heard you say that before. Well, you hear it now. And that's kind of how those type of situations happen. But that's my question of the day for y'all before we get out of here. If you go on a date, ladies, if you go on a date and he tell you to order whatever you want, what are you gonna do? Gentlemen, if you go on a date and tell her to order whatever she want, what do you really feel? That's my question of the day. And we'll talk about it next episode, along with some other stuff that we got coming down the hatch. Outside of that, guys, Red, you got anything else you want to say? Shout out to my June birthday people. Like I said, my birthday was yesterday, so happy birthday. I got my co-host birthday coming up. My boy going to New York City. And so he going to see the Yankees play. So shout out to him.
See you, Claude and Reed.
Yeah. Hey, and I know you're gonna go see them girls, them Liberty that you
go see them. I want to tell you. My girl, let me go see my girls. My girl, let me go see my girls.
Cause Jesus, I'm sure it's you and Josh with the two undefeated teams in the group chat, and that's all y'all want to talk about, bro. Nobody want to talk about no undefeated teams with y'all, bro.
Oh,
you need to take Josh on your own, bro.
Sports be back next week. Wait till next week, but go ahead.
But yeah, guys. So shout out to Red. Shout out to Mar. Shout out to my best friend. Her birthday is actually June 30th. She's on the end of the month. So shout out to her, Jay Wilson, Jackie, and Nick. Outside of that, guys, you know what we're gonna do always. Oh, before I get out of here, guys, we rebranded some stuff. Got some merch coming out. Got some stuff that's gonna be real good for y'all to order. We'll have that information for you next episode. We're gonna have everything decked out. We probably gonna have on some of that attire for the next episode. But at any rate, the one thing you know you're gonna always get from us, we're gonna always keep it real, raw, and relevant. Thank you for today's episode of the Rated R Podcast.